Hello and welcome to another dirty episode of Three Men in a Podcast. So as you may know, Luigi C and Ange Parella are not going to be here today. Luigi has some family things he has to take care of, and Ange is busy doing some other things. So tonight it's just going to be me and myself, David Vigliotti from Fatal Switch. So he's going to be my guest star tonight. But I just want to let you all know that if you're watching this on Facebook, please head on to YouTube. There's a red square. Just press that square. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Also, it's also DJ Tracks from Joe Full Podcast's birthday. Happy birthday, bro. So that's it. So ladies and gentlemen, tonight's episode, we're not going to have not only one topic, but we're going to have two topics. It's cancel culture and freedom. What does it mean? Well, stick around. So even if you're not, watching this live, please leave a comment at the bottom. So it shows great support. And please, in the comment section, as always, feel free to leave a comment, give a thumbs up. And again, we're not experts on discussing what is cancel culture. We're just giving our own opinions. And that's it. So I'm going to bring on David Vigliotti from Fatal Switch. Hey, bro, how are you?
Hey, how you doing?
Good. All right, so far we have Amelie and Melanie and a few other people. Don't be shy. Chime in whenever you want because we're going to talk about these two topics. There we go. So, Dave, how's everything with you, man?
Not bad, thanks. Not bad. Just went for a nice walk before. I have to wear this fucking thing because my wrist is hurting for some reason. But all in all, things are not bad.
Good.
How
The fuck
are you?
Good, man. No, honestly, good. I worked today too, and it feels weird that I have to carry this show on my own because as I mentioned, my two other co-hosts are not here. But hey, you know what? I'm gonna do the best I can to carry the show. And you know what? Thank God you're here, because if this was going to be a one-man show, I was going to be like, oh my God. So this is going to be interesting.
Cool.
Yeah. All right. So Dave.
Hello to Melanie and Amelie.
Hello. All right. So Amelie, you know what? Amelie always late. That is my good buddy David. You've encountered him on Dirty Floor. So he's in a band called Fatal Switch.
Yes, I am in a band, and I've known Claudio for the last 16 years of our lives.
Yeah.
So that's who this.
Yeah, so you're in for a show, ladies and gentlemen. So, all right. So, Dave, cancel culture and then freedom. But we'll focus first on cancel culture. What can you explain to the audience what cancel culture is from a men's health point of view, from an entertainer's perspective?
I mean, I really have to be careful with what I say because it's cancel culture. And
Absolutely.
Look, I just think it's completely ridiculous. I just think it's beyond ridiculous. I think it's a very destructive form of censorship in my mind. Okay, without going too much detail, it's like instead of, depending what it is. Okay, if it's something really drastic, like really ridiculous, really and very offensive, like, I don't know, think of the worst example possible, then maybe, okay, fine. But if it's something that's subjective, I mean, before you do something, talk to the people first before you go after them. I don't know, see what they mean, because things could be so misinterpreted and just blown out of proportion. It's just beyond reason. And it's like, what world are we trying to create here, where everything said and heard and seen has to only be pretty flowers and sunshine? That's not the real world. The real world, unfortunately, has some thorns and pitfalls in there. So, you know what I mean? You have to it's not realistic. I think cancel culture is just, my God, I said or did one thing wrong 35 years ago and I have to pay for it for the rest of my life. Like, come on. Really?
Yeah.
Well, what happened? Like, you spit out the car. It happens to it happens to go on the street in front of someone's house and that person takes offense to that. I mean, come on. Like, cancel him. He spat on my property. It's like, stupid.
Yeah. No, it is, and yeah. No, so again, people in the chat, what do you think? What do you think cancel culture is? Obviously, since we're, Dave and I are in the entertainment business, it's tricky. It's tricky, and I know a friend who, well, this was a year ago, right? He was doing stand up comedy, and then he saw he saw a beautiful lady, and he went up to her. And then she was saying, after a few minutes they were talking, she was saying, oh, just want to let you know, I'm not into you, I don't want to fucking date you, right? My friend is like, but I just want to come here and talk to you. I didn't even, my mind didn't even process that. Then the next day, it was this whole shebang of, there's this creepy, she really said that there's this creep who's talking to me last night at a comedy show. And I'm like, and then I saw this, I'm like, really? And then obviously you have her army of friends going after him, saying, why did you how come you're a creep to my friend? And he's like, chill, I was just talking to her, literally just saying, hey, how are you, thanks for coming to the show, let's have a drink, yada, but it's scary, all I'm gonna mention about all this is that I think that, from a men's health, right? I think it puts stress on us because because we don't know. Well, I mean, single men, taking men or that's about focus on single men. They have to live with the stress, right? As soon as you talk to a girl, right? It's right away something I'm not saying all girls go into this,
No, dude, I don't look. You finish your thought, then I'll.
I was just gonna say, basically, as my friend was saying, goes, you have to go into a thing of, oh my god, is this girl gonna try canceling me and stuff? Yeah.
Well, I mean, look, if you're actually being fucking creepy, that's one thing. If you're going, no, that's no restraining order immediately.
Yeah,
look, dude, that friend of yours, that girl, whoever that was a one-off. I mean, come on, not everyone's that insane.
Yeah.
Well, maybe I have too much faith in humanity still, regardless of how pessimistic I can be at times. Not everyone's that level of insanity and insecurity. That's all her baggage coming forward to projecting on that poor sucker.
Yeah, no.
It's like, hello, don't touch him. Like, Jesus, I just said hi. It's like, no sane person reacts like that unless they know who you are and they're repulsed by you. Otherwise, no.
Emily's like Claudio. He did the Claudio sound. That's
which
hilarious.
One? Me.
No.
How's everyone doing tonight? Huh?
No.
Trust me, I've known this guy for 16 years. I've heard all the noises. Well, thankfully, there's some I have not heard, but that's for you lucky ladies.
Yeah, but yeah, no, I find it. But no, I find for me, anyways, I find cancel culture is is a bit sad. It's a bit sad, but hey, you know what can we do? Emily, we're good things. All right, Emily, calm down there a bit, okay? But that's it. So people in the chat, what do you think cancel culture is? Let's have a discussion about this.
I have to take a fly out of my water. Hang on.
Ain't it supposed to be 3 minute pause?
Is it a fly? I don't know if it's a fly or a fluff. There's a tiny black in my water. See? Anyway, sorry, moving on.
It's okay. Ain't it supposed to be 3 minute pocket? Well, no, Joey, Angelo, and Louis, they can't make it.
See, Joey, I'm fat enough for 2 people, so
yeah, exactly.
This is 2.5 men in a podcast.
That's good. That's good. All right, so we're gonna.
You gotta think. You gotta think on your feet.
Exactly. Gotta think off your feet. But yeah, no. So that's it. So for people, Dave, who don't know you, no, now we're gonna go away from cancel culture, but let's focus a little bit on you, right? I mean, your band, like not really you, Dave, but tell people how you got into music, what made you get into music.
What got me into music were those guys over there, Metallica.
Yeah, Metallica. Yeah.
See, back in the day, I used to listen to a lot of pop stuff, and pop music in the '90s and early 2000s. Looking back, was actually really fucking good.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not a fan of a lot of music today, but not to say that it's all bad. Not at all. There's a lot of great shit out there, but I just have my preferences. Sorry, but got me into music was starting to listen to rock and metal. I just wanted to do that.
Nice.
And I just started playing guitar at 15 years old. And then I started playing bass at 23 or something.
Mhm.
Worked on a few albums, not more than a few albums. Worked on a few projects with some friends, some other musicians. Had a few bands. Now I'm currently in this band as a bass player.
Nice.
And I fucking love it, man. We have great chemistry. We have great music. We're very serious about our stuff. Where we really want to make this shit take off, and
Nice.
yeah, and
Nice.
exciting things are coming up for my band. We're gonna move
Good.
to the studio for soon to record our EP, our next.
Nice.
So yeah, we're a rock, rap, metal band.
Nice. So yeah, no, ladies and gentlemen, check out Dave.
Yeah.
So Dave, so from your perspective, like how obviously you've done some independent stuff. So like how do you come up with writing lyrics to your song? What's the process for you?
Well, I'm not a singer, so I never touch a microphone. I've written lyrics in the past. Like it was just I still have my old book of random lyrics I used to write when I was 15, and most of them are absolute shit. But you gotta start somewhere.
Yeah, exactly.
For me, it was just my views on things or things that I see or happening, whether it happened to me or not. That's lyric wise.
Mhm.
Music, I don't know, man. I just try to capture a mood. I just play around until I start playing stuff that just sounds good to me.
Nice. Good.
There's not much of a secret to it.
All right. Okay. I see. And what are your well, this is gonna be another cliche question, but like what are your fears of doing something? Like let's say you're doing a show, right? And something goes wrong. Like what are a few fears you have on stage? They think that's never gonna happen, but you're like, oh shit, I hope this doesn't happen, kind of thing.
Well, one realistic fear is me hitting the wrong notes. So, especially as a bass player, it's loud and booming, and you're gonna hear it when I fuck up. So hopefully that doesn't happen. But I mean, look, the most drastic thing is anything bad happening, like fire, shooting, anything drastic. Hopefully that never happens.
Yeah.
But that's so far in the back of my mind. I just go there to do the show and relax. But it's just stuff like that. Equipment malfunction, or hitting the wrong notes, or forgetting parts. But that shit happens, and musicians just got to roll with it. You just got to roll and play it off like nothing happened and move on.
Yeah, exactly.
Hang on. We got to restart the song because it's an A sharp instead of an A. No, that's not good enough.
Can we restart, please? I fucked up again. God damn.
All right, guys. So welcome to our opening song for the 16th time. No, it's just
Yo, can you just imagine if that happens?
I did see that at a concert once where they had a really bad fucking audio and technical problems. They actually restarted the song because it was going so crazy. And then it happened again, and then they just said, fuck it, we're moving on to the next one. It was at a Killers concert. There was a crazy malfunction with the PA system or something. At one point, you couldn't hear the drummer. Then at one point, you could only hear the drummer. It was crazy. But then they fixed it, and it was fine.
Okay, thank God.
I've only seen that. I've seen that twice, actually, at a show. Another one was a Dream Theater show where a long time ago where they couldn't play like the first 10 minutes of their set because there was something going wrong. And the drummer was just jamming along to some songs.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay, no, I thought I had.
That's the worst. That's not the worst thing that could happen, but that'll throw you off a bit. Hopefully, it happens at the beginning of the show and then it doesn't. Well, well, my first show with Fatal Switch back in 2019 in March.
Yeah.
Our very first song, our opening. This is my first set with the band ever.
Yeah.
guitarist, the input of his guitar doesn't work properly.
I remember.
So when that doesn't work, okay, so here's some technical shit. This thing here, the jack plate.
Yeah.
This is where the cable goes in to plug to your amp.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, if this nut loosens, then nothing is holding that in place. So if nothing is holding that, you can't force it in and make the connection. So that's what happened to him. So basically, the cable would never be able to connect properly, so nothing will come out. So as we start, he goes off stage to fix. We're like, oh, what the hell? Now we're missing the guitar player. They're like, well, let's keep going. And then eventually he came back on halfway through. So that happened.
Oh man, I think I was there for your very first time that you were playing,
and Turbo House, man, that's a great venue.
Yeah, no, but because I remember, because now I see, because I saw your member just walking off stage, and I'm like, oh man, did somebody quit in the middle? Oh man,
he says, "Fuck this." Oh
man.
I saw that on YouTube. One guy just threw his guitar down. He's like, "Fuck this shit." Everyone's like, "What the hell?" But anyway. Hi, Steph.
Hey, Steph, these fools. Thanks, Steph. Yeah. But no. Speaking of that, I also saw something on YouTube, like the top 10 band members quitting during a show, and then one guy was just fed up, and then so he just takes a guitar, just smashes it in his band member's face, goes go F yourself, and just walks off stage.
Oh yeah, that hasn't happened yet to me. I can piss people off. I have that gift, but I've never done that. I've never gone that far.
Steph, the guy said if someone is making weird noises like Claudio, you got a restraining order. Okay, all right there, girls. Calm down.
Emily, not if he's making it in general. If he walks up behind a girl and just goes, hey, ugh, I mean, that would creep anyone out. Fuck.
Like going back to the cancel culture, is like, can you just imagine a girl goes, hey, good set. Yeah, so no wonder the girl will be scared out of her mind, you know?
It's just weird. It's just like,
yeah, exactly.
I will drink now, but anyway.
I know, exactly. But no, but you know what? Thank God that hasn't happened anywhere at a stand-up show or at a band show. He does that in the Discord. I was like, hey, listen, Steph, what I do in the Discord is sort of people's. Anyway, Steph, that doesn't matter. Just like this chat. No, nothing. Because Steph and I and Emily, we have like a little war going on.
You got a thing, huh?
No.
Got a thing going on, bro.
Oh yeah, no, I got a lot of things going on. Yeah, but no, but you know, like going back to even cancel cultures, even in movies, right? Especially in movies, a Skyflame, Peter Bowen. That's how you pick up Claudio. Damn right. But, a thing. Yeah. No, but like even in movies, there's cancel culture. Like I remember, like movies like back in the 90s. I swear to God, I always quote this in almost all the every podcast that I say. Like Godzilla in the 90s. There's a scene of where Godzilla is walking throughout the city, right? But it's in heavy rain, and the camera guy's too chicken shit to go record Godzilla. But his girlfriend is like, "What are you, a retard? You can't go you can't go film, you retard." I'm like, oh shit! Like, you know.
See, this is the thing, okay? You cannot go back in time and cancel the last 100 years of TV and cinema, okay?
Yeah.
Because, at that time, those things were acceptable or somewhat acceptable to say. They weren't, maybe they weren't, but no one freaked out back then. So different time periods, okay? I'm not saying everything's allowed, okay? I'm just saying, don't go back and cancel because they used to say, like, come on, fuck.
Yeah, exactly.
You have any idea how many movies would be fucking like taken off the shelf for that? It's ridiculous.
Oh yeah. Well, actually, I mean, Robert Downey Jr. Went on Joe Rogan, and then a day after, I think it was a day later, like he got in trouble for Tropic Thunder. And this movie came out like what year? 2008, 2009. Yeah, same time as Iron Man 1. But it was a character. Downey Jr. was pulling a character within a character, and people to this day, like, they have nothing better to do And
I don't know, bro.
people get mad, and it's just sad, it's just sad, like come on, people. And then also what like really pisses me off is, I think back in high school, I think our high school, we our education system was not that great, but we did read some good books, like To Kill a Mockingbird, right? And Dave, I'm not sure if you read that book.
No, I'm not much of a reader.
Okay,
I
but
think
no,
there's
like,
16-year-olds that have read more stuff than I have. I'm not saying I'm stupid. I'm just saying I don't read a lot.
but no, like back then, like when I was like, well, when we were in school,
Hi,
you
Steph.
know, we were reading. Okay, bye, Steph. Thanks for tuning in. Back then, like To Kill a Mockingbird, it was a good book, and the movie was good. But now today, they're taking it out because they don't want to, hurt the children's feelings, as they find it like the book is uncomfortable. But that's the whole point of To Kill a Mockingbird, is to make you feel uncomfortable. I just
Just and look at it this way, okay? Our parents are still alive, our grandparents still alive. So why would it hurt us? I don't know.
exactly.
Look, I'm not an expert on any of this stuff of society and shit, so I'm not gonna say too much. But I just think, choose your battles. Don't go after everything.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, for God's sakes, there was a movie recently about like some Nazi kid who wanted to portray Hitler. I mean, that's okay.
Yeah. See, that's weird. That's weird. But apparently,
I mean, we're gonna cancel Inglorious Bastards now, which is a fantastic fucking
oh,
movie.
it is a
Anyway.
fantastic movie. It is a fantastic movie. But and then even like I think it was the Prime Minister of Germany, right? She found out that schools in Germany wanted to cancel World War II history, like the Nazi history, right? Because
Okay. You can't. First of all, World War II you cannot touch at all.
exactly,
Because that was such a fucking monumental turning point in human life and history.
yeah,
A lot of shit changed during and after World War II. So you cannot. It's such an important part of history. You can't really take that away. You can't.
yeah.
That's like
Yeah.
right up there with the Ice Age and shit. You just can't take that. You can't undo it. I don't like the cold, so the Ice Age never happened. No, that's not how it works.
Can you just
Listen.
imagine though?
Look, there's good history, there's bad history. It's all there to learn from. People don't learn, unfortunately, but you can't erase it. Okay, you could take down, statues that represent evil people. Fine. Okay, I don't care anymore, but that's fine. You can, stop doing certain things, stop saying certain things. Fine, but you can't erase it from the history. You can't. It can't. It's there. It happened. Okay, all we can do is learn from it and move on.
Yeah, exactly. And
Right?
and
And that's what I think.
yeah, no, you're right. And the German Prime Minister, she said, "Too bad. It's history. You got to learn it, whether it makes you unsensitive or not." And and I totally agree with her.
I mean, and oddly enough, a lot of those things led to really important things happening later on.
Yeah.
Like medieval torture. Read up medieval torture weapons back in those days. Those people were insane, were sick.
Oh, they were, man.
But
They were.
a lot of those torture devices actually led to technologies that created a lot of modern, very important tools that we use today.
Yeah.
Pulleys and bolts and wrenches and all that shit came from there. It's like, which is ridiculous, insane.
Yeah.
Because now what used to be used to rip people in half for saying God sucks is now used to build a house, which is ridiculous.
Oh man, can you just imagine back then? They have a power drill. You blasphemy against the Lord.
No, you'd be a witch in those days.
Yeah, exactly. Or
there were some sick fucks, but you can't erase that from history. It's very crucial to history.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm not a historian either, again, so don't quote me on this shit. I'm not an expert, but this
nobody. It's fine. It's just I don't know. I just find it weird. Like cancel culture. Like I find people are just I don't know. Like again, like I have to watch what I have to say as well. But I'm just saying, cancel culture is sad, but it's scary at the same time.
Especially for comedians, musicians, we can get away with a lot more. But you guys, your material and I like raunchy comedy. I like really dark humor. So, but again, it's to me, it's about context, and you have to realize context. There are certain things that are excusable, like that whole thing with Michael Richards with his outburst that ended his career. That you can't that's done. That cancel. That's fine.
Yeah, exactly.
Like that's perfectly acceptable to say. Okay, bye. You're done.
Yeah, exactly. You see,
like Anthony Jeselnik making an Alzheimer's joke and offending people. Some. I was in a Facebook group. Okay, this is how ridiculous this is.
Cancel legal
Pokemon battles. At first, I'm like, a good point. Then, wow, okay.
Hold on, Alpha. It's like, Claudio, don't worry about cancel. Worry about me. Oh, yo, Alpha. You know what? You have to worry about me coming to you.
Oh God, that's creepy. But look, here's a stupid example. Okay, this is ridiculous.
Yes.
I was in a Facebook group. I left because of this. This one guy puts a quote of an Anthony Jeselnik joke. Quote, he writes it word per word. It was the joke about the man with Alzheimer's finding out his wife died. If you guys have to read, that's a hilarious joke. And just to preface this, I lived with my grandmother for 5 years when she had severe Alzheimer's until she died. So I find this funny. So shut up with the people with Alzheimer's won't find this. I did. Okay. Yeah. So whatever. So anyway, this guy does a joke, right? And one member loses his a few people got mad at this. And one guy loses his shit completely. And the guy's like, this is a joke. He even links the joke. I'm quoting a joke. And then I join in, of course. I can't do this anymore. I joined into that stupid argument. Then the guy ended up messaging me personally. This random fuck on this random group from somewhere in Pennsylvania or something, wherever he was from, messaged me. He's like, "Oh, I'm sure your CEO wouldn't. I'm sure your CEO wouldn't be happy to know that." I'm like, what? I'm laughing at a guy quoting a joke of another comedian. And now all of a sudden I'm evil and my boss has to fire me. He's threatening to call them. I should have given him my boss's number. Say, here, go ahead. I ended up just, I ended up blasting him back and blocking him. But like, what? People are crazy. Some people are nuts.
Oh, okay. Absolutely. And since we're on that, on topic about people being nuts, like for example, before the pandemic, I went to go see a local comedian, a big known Montreal comedian. I wanted to go see him, and then I was with another comedian watching the show, and he turns to me, and goes, "Oh no, sorry, well, they didn't say sorry. I don't why I say sorry." And so he told me that he doesn't find this comedian funny. I'm like, okay, all right. So look, everybody has their opinions.
Yeah.
But then he starts going, I don't like it when he starts making fun of other races, and I'm like, but he's just doing this as a joke. Like he's just doing this as his routine because that's what he does, And he goes, yeah, but I don't approve of this. And I'm like, well, there's a reason why you're not on the stage, and he is. It's because his jokes are actually hilarious.
And look, if it's a very touchy subject, I know, but if the jokes are done right, then it's allowed. And the funny part is, I notice, again, don't quote me on this, I'm not an expert, from what I've seen a lot of times is that the victims of these jokes don't even find it offensive half the time. That's the funniest part.
Oh yeah, for sure.
It's like, so what's your crusade about?
Oh, for sure.
If it's done tasteful, if it's not bad stereotypes, if it's not mean stuff, if it's like, funny things like, oh, everyone knows how Italians love pasta. I'm like, well, guilty. Oh no.
Oh no, I'm offended because a non-Italian said that. Yeah.
I mean, I live with my mom. Yeah, she's there in the other room. So, I mean, I'm just saying, if it's done tasteful, but look, again, I'm not an expert on this. There's always a line in the sand, and you just can't cross that line.
No, Dave. This whole episode is not about us finding the ways and all. We're just giving our own opinions, and that's it. No,
yes, Alpha. Yes.
Yeah. Cancel control. Yeah.
That's a funny story. This is a funny story. Okay. in the 80s, at some point, there was the PMRC, the parents something stupid, basically like the uptight goody two shoes Ohio people. It's just sorry, I don't mean to offend anyone from there. I take that back, but whatever, you know what I mean. The really like uptight, pure people, purist, good people, whatever you call them. They were launching a crusade against metal music and other artists because their lyrics were like offensive or deemed dangerous or this or that. They invited some artists in to do like a hearing and like, you know, give the fight back and give their voice. And what ended up happening was they came up with the explicit or rated R sticker you see on album CDs to warn that it's like offensive language or something.
Oh, explicit language at the bottom, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, okay.
You know, some lyrics, a lot of lyrics in metal have to do with, you know, corrupt government, or sometimes it's suicide, sometimes it's like, you know, murder. There's a lot of, again, it's all metaphorical and innuendo-ish stuff, but it's there. And if people take it the wrong way, you know, it's out of the artist's hands in some way. I mean,
yeah.
You can't be responsible for what everyone does when they listen to your stuff.
Yeah, exactly. But
what ended up happening, they did that to try to discourage people from buying or discourage kids from buying. And what ended up happening was more kids bought it because of that. They're like, oh, this is badass. This is going to piss off mom and dad. I'm definitely going to listen to it now. So whatever they did had a huge backfire, and it was even worse after. So they lost. I'm just saying, you can't. Some things you like prohibition. That was very successful. So I mean, some things. Look, again, it's a very touchy subject. These are very specific examples.
Yeah.
But there are battles to pick, and you can't do it. You can't. No, I'm just. I don't know, man. I don't want to. I can't say too much.
No, for sure.
I don't study this stuff, so whatever I say is just my opinion.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. But no, but no, you're right. No, like from everything, actually, from these committees that you were saying, right? And like, these are bad for our kids. Like for example, look at GTA or GTA is like a good fun game. Like I remember when I was.
It didn't make me into a serial murderer.
Exactly. No, but even today, like that's why I hate like apparently they're working on a new game. I'm not sure what it is. I think it's in the world of GTA. Like they have to take out the blood. They have to take out the running, like like when you take a car when you run them over, like because it's gonna be too violent, and also they want to make this safe because they can't say the F word. You can't say the S word, like not shit, but slut. They can't say basically profanity. There can't be profanity. There can't be any use of drugs. So I'm like, why? Like, what kind of a soft? Look. For example, the whole point of GTA is for all those things that GTA for.
But again, you can't look. Okay. Some people might not like what I say, but whatever. You can't do this to protect your kids. As soon as they leave the house, you think they're not exposed to any of that shit?
Yeah, exactly.
What happens when they see that in real life? What happens if they hear someone? They're gonna go, oh, they're gonna freak out and You think they don't do that shit? It's like parents preventing their kids from having sex. Like, come on.
Oh man,
weren't you a teenager back in the day? Weren't you trying to get some action every chance you got? Like, come on.
Yes, but here's the thing, Dave.
Kids bullshit. Come on.
Yeah, but Dave, here's the thing. Just what I did back then was I don't want my kids to go through this. So I'm like, you don't want to let your kids have the fun, the exploring.
Censoring GTA, it's like showing the censored version of Scarface on TV. It makes
man, that's horrible. Oh man,
it makes no sense. You're cutting out all the best parts of what makes that movie special, what holds it together.
Yeah,
it's part of the movie. It's very crucial to the story. It's just look, okay. Every time I had a bad day, I plug in GTA. Either I plug in my guitar, I plug in GTA, and I had a really bad day, and I just went crazy. GTA that relieved stress.
Yeah,
I have a theory. Again, this is completely unfounded, not research at all. I'm sure games like GTA prevented more people from going crazy than actually making people go crazy.
Yeah.
If that makes any sense. So what are you gonna do now? Get rid of every single Call of Duty or Tom Clancy game or all that? what are the games all going to be? You can't even have Final Fantasy because they're still fighting in that. Next thing, the PETA is going to go after Pokemon. So, I mean, where does it end? It's just
No, it doesn't end. It doesn't end. But like, oh man, I had a really good thought. Oh, yes. So Chris Rock came out with an article lately, and he said cancel culture is making films boring. So I'm canceled by Claudio. No, you're not, Raul. Okay, on Dirty Floor, you're not canceled. So stop trolling, Raul.
Magic Vigliotti. Hang on. Whoa, what?
Yeah. Okay. Well,
Yeah,
yeah.
I'm no
No.
magician. Okay. Me,
Yeah.
I
No.
pull a rabbit on my ass. Okay.
Yeah. No. Just ignore
Right.
it. So, so Chris Rock came out with an important article saying cancel culture is making films boring. All right. So, for example, right, I read an article about the latest Spiral film. For those of you who don't know what Spiral is,
We're gonna go watch it. By the way, I love
yes,
this
we have to.
franchise.
We have
I'm a
to.
huge fan.
Yes, but you're not gonna. I don't think. Anyway, so what happened was, for those of
First of all, don't tell me they take the blood out of a Saw movie because then I'm not gonna watch because that's just ridiculous.
no, what they okay.
That's like taking the lions out of Lion King. It's the same.
I know, but so for people who didn't watch Saw, Saw is known for its torture porn. All right, torture porn meaning that people are
very gory.
Yeah, like females are trapped and they have to get away out of there. Folks, before you get in me, look up the word torture porn. It's an actual horror film term. Okay. It's been around since Hitchcock. I think even before Hitchcock, back in the 40s. So torture porn would mean that a woman is stuck in a scenario and she has to do everything she can to get out of it. For example, Psycho from Hitchcock. And then, today, let's go to today with Michael Myers, Friday the 13th, and even Saw. Like Saw has a lot of torture porn scenes, right? So that's what the whole series is. Well, mostly the whole series is about, right? It's about
there's a storyline too.
Yeah, exactly. But the reason why you'd go see Saw is, well, I mean, the story's good, but you go see Saw because of the torture porn, right? Females trying to get out of scenarios.
It's not just females, bro.
Yeah, no, I know.
Have you seen the movies?
Yeah. No, I've seen them, but no. What I'm because I'm basically saying is because there's also women in there, and it's kind of a torture porn too. Because I'm putting it from women's aspect.
For that. Oh yeah, no, that's not why I'm. Okay, anyway, moving. Go on.
Yeah. So basically, there's an article that came out that says Spiral is too violent. I'm like, okay. It goes violence against men and women. Okay.
So basically, violence.
Yeah, and I'm like.
This is my concern all the time with any of these big things. Like, where does the line draw? Where does it end? And if no one fights back, it just keeps going. So now we're going to eliminate horror movies because they're too scary for our children. You're going to eliminate action movies because there's too much violence. In comedy, you can't have any jokes about this, that. So what is going to be left? What's cinema going to be? Just some guy going to a nice house and saying a knock-knock joke. And that's the movie. What? Knock, knock. Who's there? Flowers. Flowers who? Flowers I got for you. Oh, how cute. That's what it's going to be. What is that? No. It's just...
Yeah, exactly.
Dude,
exactly.
You can't... There's a range of everything. You have to taste a bit of every flavor. You can't just... This is like a person that only eats hot dogs. I mean, come on. It's the same society into a person who only eats hot dogs and who only listens to pop. And that's it. They listen and eat nothing else. I mean, come on.
Hey, Jess. Oh, yeah, no, you're right. No, you're
Sorry,
right.
I just passed a bit there, but I think it's
no, you're right. No, you're right because the more because the other Saw movies in theaters, they were 16 and older, and there was a warning on violence and blood. This one's 13, but
it's a warning. Just don't go watch it. Fuck.
Exactly. For example, when the Blair Witch Project came out, like warning you, it may cause nausea. Yeah. I don't know about you, but I'm not gonna go see Blair Witch unless I see it at home. And and then for the Blair Witch Project, they would give away before the film starts. They give you a barf bag.
I mean, dude, that's the whole point of the rating systems. That's the whole point of the viewer discretion advisory before the movie. That's the point of that shit. Is to say, This might be too much for you or your kids, so get out if you don't want to watch it. You have that choice, okay?
Yeah.
It's like someone told me once on Instagram, it's like, oh, I don't like when you scream and your stuff. Okay, so don't watch. I have to change for you. Everyone else likes it, but you don't like it, so okay, now I have to only speak softly in poetry.
Oh man.
I have to only recite Shakespeare from now on in like to be or not to be. That's the question. Because she doesn't like me to scream. Get the fuck out of here. Like, really?
Oh man, I sorry. Oh man, and
Don't watch it. Simple.
Yeah, no,
like it, move on.
Exactly.
Dude,
there's
I go to a restaurant and I didn't like that they put feta in something. I don't like feta cheese. I'm not gonna sue the restaurant because they have feta in their menu. I mean, if you put it into different scenarios, it just doesn't make sense. So
yeah, either you're not gonna complain. Yeah, you're not gonna complain about it, and then hopefully when you come back next time, there'll be no feta.
No, I'll complain if there's like glass in my food, there's hair in my food.
Yeah,
the way it took 75 minutes to bring me a beer. I mean, obviously that's something to complain about.
Yeah, but to find like if there's like feta or peppers in your food, all right.
If it's something you don't like, that's on you. That's not the restaurant's
exactly.
fault. You don't like certain things, okay?
Exactly. You try it for the first time. Yeah, you try it for the first time, or you just say, I don't like it. Something else,
Thank you. Thanks, man.
Anyways,
Plus you have to walk in with my underwear.
But
that's my father. Perfect timing.
But that thing like there's like a million for movies or TV shows. There's like a million things you could watch, but people have to go on to specific things. I don't like this because it's too much violence or too much nudity. Then don't watch it.
If there's a movie I don't like, I stop watching it. I turn, I change.
Yeah.
I get my underwear delivered. I do something else. It's just
exactly. Actually, someone before the pandemic told me that, Claudio, I don't like your parents/vegetarian joke. So for those of you who don't know, my ending joke is that she says she's a lesbian. Context is my Italian parents, blah blah blah. They don't don't understand words. But then he goes, he goes, yeah, no, you're making fun of lesbians.
No, you're not.
What? He's just. The scenario is someone said I'm a vegetarian.
Yeah,
you heard lesbian.
Context.
Yeah,
I think people in general these days. I don't know what happened. I don't know when people stopped using their common sense. Context is just no one takes that into consideration anymore. No one thinks metaphors or innuendos. It's just they think it's direct and that's what it is, and this is what they say and this is what it means, and that no.
Yeah.
There's deeper meanings. Like the whole fucking thing with "Baby, It's Cold Outside." Like, what are you, insane?
Oh man, no, I was.
What's in my drink? Yeah, meaning to say, hey, what's that floating in my? No, that's not what they meant in the lyric.
Yeah, but yet,
it's a metaphor. It's an innuendo. It's like,
yeah,
I mean, to be fair, it could be true, but I doubt it. I doubt that's the context. Why would you make a song about that? And then I roofied her. No. Just
but yet Cardi B's wet ass pussy is okay.
That's a whole other argument. That's the argument of empowering women or not. I don't know. So I'm gonna stay away from that.
Yeah, me too.
I think I don't see how that's any less harmful than GTA. I mean, I don't get it.
Hey Bobby. Yeah. No, you're right.
I don't understand how GTA is bad and that's okay and they use the same. What's weird is what they go after one person for is the same thing that these people are doing that's somewhat acceptable for some reason. So I'm very confused with the whole thing because it makes no sense to me.
Yeah, there we go. No,
I'm not I'm going to say this throughout the night. I'm not an expert on this. I don't study this shit. I just observe and think about it. And so if I'm wrong, please correct me. Don't cancel me. Educate me if I'm wrong, if I'm being ignorant. I'm open to it, okay? I'm not a closed door. So let me say, I have to say these fucking disclaimers now. Dude.
Yeah, I know.
When I say I like oranges, what do you mean you like oranges? You don't like apples and peaches? Like, oh, for God's sakes, what do I have to say?
If you don't like apples and peaches,
it's just saying, it's like I personally love all those fruits. So I just don't like grapefruit. I don't know why I cannot.
Yeah, me neither. I don't know what it is. So people, if you're gonna get mad at us,
sour, bitter taste that just gets to my. I can't do it.
Yeah. People, if you're upset at us because we don't like grapefruits,
And I don't like honeydew.
Which one? Honey? Which one?
Honeydew, like the green melon.
Oh,
There's
no, I hate that.
Cantaloupe, canary, watermelon, honeydew. I don't like the honeydews. The bleh.
Watermelon,
strawberries, and bananas all day, bro. Berries and grapes. Oh my God, yes.
Yeah, for sure. So just before we go on to the next topic, so basically this is what it is. It's like how far is cancel culture is gonna happen? And I just want to do my last 2 minutes on this, and then we'll talk about freedom.
Say one more thing after when you're done. That's it.
Yeah, sure. So basically, it is like, again, going from a stand-up comedian / actor to a musician, what is cancel culture, and it's also scary, right? Because the people, well, I mean, not just not just women, but the people in general. What's scary about all this as well is, like, if they don't like you, they're gonna cancel you. They're gonna do whatever it takes. Like there was a comedian who was not liked by a lot of people. He's not in Montreal, but people canceled him. Why? Well, because they were jealous of him, and this cancel culture thing.
That's so high school.
Yeah, exactly. Thanks. Like, this cancel culture thing also gets into people's heads. Like, you know what it is? Actually, shout out to Pantelis. Pantelis brought this up very, 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 very good. So, there's a comedian that nobody likes, right? So a bunch of these police comedians, they're gonna cancel Dave. We'll use it as an example, because I'm tired of saying guy, and it's get too confusing. So if you're not liked in the comedy world, Dave, there's gonna be a bunch of people. Let's say, for example, Mel and Emily and Bobby Shorts and Ron. They're gonna be in their head. They're gonna say, you know what? David's already up there. Okay, I want to be where David is. So by me canceling David, I'm gonna take his place. But no, that's not what's gonna happen. What's gonna happen is, okay, so let's say that you do cancel David, right? Like, you're not gonna take that person's place. There's gonna be another comedian way down the line that's gonna be just as good as David or better, because people think if they cancel you, they're gonna take your spot. No, it doesn't happen. If you suck before you cancel that person, guess what? You're gonna suck right after.
This is like a terrible musician buying all the best gear, hoping he'll sound or be better. Like,
no, it doesn't work that way.
That's not. Trust me, that's not how it works.
You got to work at it, man. You just got to work at it. Like, like Dave, you heard some stories too about wow, he didn't cancel. They're just jealous of me. But I'm like, yeah, well, I just go to open mics often, and I try my own shows, and that's
just shake that off, man. Those people have. They're gonna have such a small army behind. It's not even acknowledgeable. Just say, fuck it, just move on.
Exactly.
I learned something in college, okay? Because I was nice to this person, and I never really, okay, maybe I was a pain in the ass back in those days. I've matured since then, obviously, so whatever.
Yeah, for sure.
Get out of here. Close the door. God, I can't catch a break in this room. Yeah, that's fine. Anyway. She didn't like me for some reason as a person. I did nothing wrong to her. As far as I know, I could be very wrong. I admit it. But so then I realized, hey, you know what? Some people just don't like you or won't like you. Yeah. Some people will just not vibe with you for whatever. That's just the way it is.
Yeah, exactly.
Look, nobody. This is my theory, and I'm pretty sure this is true. There's not one person on earth who loves everything and everyone all the time for everywhere. No. It's, you know what I mean? That does not exist.
Exactly. And
never meet someone's like, taste this. Oh, this is the best thing I've ever seen, tasted, seen, felt, done. No, everything is perfect. Everything is awesome. They've never been sad or angry in their life. Come on.
Yeah, exactly. And and a lot of people say, especially us in the entertainment world, right? Do you think people are gonna like your music? Are gonna like my stand-up? No, we may not be everyone's cup of tea, right? Not everyone's gonna like you. Not everyone's gonna love you. Some people are gonna like you. Some people are gonna love you. That's how it is. But to go out and cancel you because they don't like you, I'm sorry. That's preposterous.
I'm not a huge Pink Floyd fan. Okay, I acknowledge them for the amazing musicians and incredible band that they are. I like some of their songs. I'm not going to argue that David Gilmour isn't one of the best guitarists to ever live, or vice, or all that stuff. I just don't vibe with all of the music. I don't consider myself a fan, but I'm not going to go cancel them. Okay,
exactly.
There's a lot of bands I don't like that people love. I'm like, okay, well, that's just my taste. I just like this. This is how I am.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm allowed to like what I like.
Exactly. Yeah. Oh, Dave,
Well,
you don't like Dave. You don't like Pink Floyd. You know what? It's either you're with me or we're not friends anymore.
That's not the point, Joey. That's not the point. Look, okay, a more live band. I'm not a huge Coldplay fan. Okay.
Okay.
That's just me. Okay. Nothing against them as musicians. I just don't vibe with the music that much.
Yeah.
But they're great musicians and they actually do have some good material. It's just my personal preference. I'm not a huge fan. Yeah, if we ever do a show with them, obviously I'll be thrilled because they're a huge band. I can't deny that. They're great musicians. They're obviously very successful. They know what the fuck they're doing. Yeah. But it's just not my cup of tea.
No, exactly. All right. Yeah, no, so
you think I like every single metal band I've ever heard? No.
That's it. So there we go. So so that's been our topic on.
Well, I just want to say one thing.
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, please.
You see how society has changed over time, and people get very tolerant, intolerant, very tough. Look at the Victorian era, right? The biggest, oh my God, people, women used to show their elbows, and guys would freak out because that's the only skin they've ever seen in their entire life at that era. They were very reserved and pristine, this, that. I can't say this, I can't do that. And then that completely went away at one point. So I think this whole cancel culture thing, especially the ridiculous stuff, not the credible stuff, not the deservable canceling, if that makes any sense. It's going to implode and go away, and eventually it's just going to phase out. It has to. It's gonna implode at some point. It's just people are gonna say, "Well, fuck this. I want to laugh again. I want to see a crazy action movie again." And it's just it's just the way it goes, man. Just things change with time.
Yeah, exactly.
Up and down. We went from the nuclear family in the 50s to the swinging 60s, and then when the crazy 80s, and then like the corporate 90s. And it just goes all over the place. Just as how it goes, society.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I could be wrong, but that's just what I think.
For sure. All right, so last topic of the night, freedom. So what we mean by that is that Friday finally the curfew is being lifted. Thank God. So now at the end of I think at the end of next week, terraces are going to be opened. Everybody in the chat, do you agree that thing should be open, or are you still one of those people saying, it's still too early, no? So people let us know, comment below. And Dave, what do you think about this?
Honestly, last year I would have said yes, but now I'm just so fed up I don't care anymore, to be honest.
Okay.
Look, people are 50% of the province has been vaccinated at this point, at least the first dose. I got mine, you got yours. Most of our friends got their first shot. Okay, so 92% effectiveness is pretty good in my book. 92%, I'm happy with that. So I don't care. We're gonna make plans at some point to go out. I want to go back to it as long as people are safe. Yeah, because I know how people are. Okay. Yeah. Again. Okay. Sorry. I don't know how people are. I'm not an expert. I'm not a mind reader. But I've seen that some people are going to go completely crazy and go as if COVID never happened. And no, don't do that. Do the distancing, the mask, whatever. But, you can still go out. I agree with going out as long as people are careful, but some people won't be, but that's just the way it is. What do you want to do?
Yeah, exactly. No, because the reason why I brought this up is because I read an article, and the article in bold capital letters says, it's too early to go to open things again. And I'm like,
yes and no, but dude, this pandemic's been destroying a lot of people. Yeah. And even people without severe illnesses or disorders or whatever, even they're feeling the bulk. Even I'm not someone that has anything that I have to deal with on a daily basis, but it's affecting me. It's starting to wear me down. This COVID shit.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yes, I know. I'm lucky. I'm not fighting a war in some hellhole. I know I'm not cleaning out a sewage tank full of like feces. I know it could be a lot worse. I get it, but I just, for God's sakes, I'm a social guy. I'm a bar guy. I'm a club guy. I'm a concert guy. I need to do this shit. I've been a very good boy for a year and a half.
Exactly. So and my final message to this is, if you think it's still too early, well, then stay home. But don't.
Yeah.
But don't go around.
No one's obliging you to go out. Stay
exactly.
home.
Exactly. No one's obliging you. But if you think it's too early, good for you. Stay home. You've been home for almost a year and a half now, more than that, I think. But if you're gonna tell people you shouldn't be going out, there's still COVID's still out there. Guess what? It's gonna be here for the rest of our lives, whether you like it or not. More like it, more not, because if you like this, then you have issues. But
that COVID said nobody.
Yeah. But that's the thing, but don't go around telling people, oh, you can't do it, you can't go out, stay home. Come on.
Look. I may not agree with everything I see or hear, but it doesn't mean I go tell people not to do it, okay? Who am I to tell you? Well, it depends. If you're a driver, the other day I almost got hit by a car on the way back the other day I almost got hit by a car because this guy burned a red light. Like, are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah.
That is something different, because that guy is breaking the law, putting other people's lives in danger. So that guy's a piece of shit, and I hope he crashes it. No, no. But he's that I tell people, use your blinkers and drive like a normal person.
Exactly.
Jesus. It's like,
exactly.
If you want to we could do a whole episode on drivers, because I'll rant for 6 hours at the back because I can't stand.
Oh man, drivers, oh man. I don't know. Like, I don't know.
But all this to say, don't tell people what to do. Look, I mean,
exactly.
I encourage people to get vaccinated. I believe in that. So if you're an anti-vaxxer, well, good for you.
Exactly. Just don't go around preaching.
But, if you don't want to do it for yourself, fine. But I believe in it, so I encourage people to do it.
Yeah, exactly.
It's just me, and if they argue with me, I'm going to say, well, I mean, they work, so.
I mean, for me, for me, like, if they argue with me, I'm like, listen, I'm not going to argue with you. Like, you believe whatever you want to believe, and you believe whatever you want to believe. You want me to believe. If you want to cancel me because because I'm not an anti-vaxxer, well, you know where to go. It's sad.
I mean, it is what it is, bro. But look, I don't know if it's too. I don't think at this point it's too early. I mean, we got to try eventually opening up anyway, right? I mean,
exactly. I mean,
happen eventually.
Yeah, I mean, the question is, like, how long? Yeah.
No, but because last year there was no vaccine, there were still people in hospital. We're very low numbers, but now that people are getting vaccinated, so I don't see why not try.
Exactly.
And I'm fed up. I know you're fed up. I know a lot of people that are completely fed up. I know a lot of people that love staying home. So depending who you ask, some people hate working from home, love working from home. I hate working from home.
I hate working from home.
I can't stand that. I need to get back to the office. I need an excuse to put on jeans again. And drive into fucking traffic and then flip off some idiot that cut me off.
Or go chase them. Yeah. Oh, man.
It's not worth it.
I know. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, that's been our episode tonight. David, do you have anything else you wish to add?
Well, I'm just gonna plug in my band a bit, if that's okay with you.
Go ahead, man. Please go ahead.
My band's name is Fatal Switch. I am the bass player for Fatal Switch. We are a rap metal band. It's a crazy. We're trying to come up with an awesome fusion of hip hop and metal and rock that hasn't been done before. So stay tuned for that, because we have a lot of killer tracks we're working on. We have a new EP coming out, and people are gonna notice. I'm just saying, it's gonna be. We've got some good stuff coming up.
Good.
So,
good.
I encourage, and since live shows are starting again, I encourage people to go see live shows. Support your local band. Support your local venues. Support your local restaurants. Go out if you can, if you feel comfortable enough. That's all I have to say. But I know that me and my band, we're dying to get back on the stage. We're dying to kick ass again live. It's been way too fucking long, man. We haven't done the show since I don't even remember when.
Yeah, man. No, that's
So,
true.
yeah, so that's my last plug. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, Spotify. We have our album Doctors and Demons that came out last year. So check that out. It's some good shit. And stay tuned for our next stuff.
Nice. So that's it. So, ladies and gentlemen, this has been David Vigliotti from Fatal Switch. You can find him on Instagram. There's a bottom. So, if you look here at the bottom links, there's links to David Vigliotti, links to the Dirty Four, which is every Sunday night at 8:30, Monday at 7:30. Tonight, Joey's going to be doing his. He's going to be doing his Quick and Dirty. Saturday, Joy's afternoon podcast. At night, this Saturday night, we have Kyle Moore from Offbeat Comedy and Jofo in the Ring. We're going to be interviewing him. And next Sunday, tune in. And Dave coughed something. He said Fatal Switch. What did you say, Dave?
Just plug Fatal Switch and
yeah.
And maybe if we can get Fruit of the Loom to sponsor this because I have underwear delivered on my bed.
Oh, man.
Sponsored by.
There we go. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, this has been our episode. We're gonna be back here in 2 Wednesdays for episode 10. Louis and Ange are gonna come back. David is gonna come back again as a guest, probably to the next few episodes. We'll see how it is because
can take your place.
Exactly. All right, ladies and gentlemen, have yourselves a good night. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to everything. All the links here at the bottom. Follow David Vigliotti. And ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to see you tomorrow night on Movie Trivia Night. Well, we talk about Spider-Man. That's it, ladies and gentlemen. And Dave, thanks again.
Thank you for having me. Pleasure as always to be on these with you and everyone in the comments.
Yeah. Bye, everyone. Have a good night. Stay safe and don't party hard when things open up yet.
Rock on.
Yeah, rock on.